blind tag, but I'm not really going into this blind anymore. Anyways, there we go. Nice. Alright, let's get going. I have to do stuff in Miss Deane's room. I also have to try and find Fia. Bloop, bloop. There is their timetables, right? So she'll be scrying at 6, which is before the silent dinner and all that stuff. Okay. Actually, let me go here, here. Remind me, please. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. Okay. So, until that time, let's go to Miss Deane's room. And get this sorted out. 15, which is not there. Or is 15 this way? Oh, that's 7 through 12. 15 must be down here then. Oh. Oh, this is the right door. Yep. Got. Nope. Come on. Let me go in. Let me in. Keep hitting the wrong button. Okay. This bog-damn piece of paper. Yeah, the locket. Huzzah! And then, let's see here. Well, apparently I do start there. There, 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 please. 2. Uh, 11. 8 is the middle. 3, 8, 9, and I think I can do it from here. There. Thank you. Okay. These Miss Deane's private notes. What does she want to hide so dearly? Oh, I spelled her name wrong on my thing. A little doubt, of course, but the jump from instinct to confirmation spends me on imagining. I'm a descendant of the Milesian ruler, one among 3. Power is not imagined nor suspected. It is written in the authority of blood. Those curling waves emblemize my blood. Power is for the deserving, it said. I thought it ominous at first, even a trap, but it is clear I was paranoid. Perhaps it is simply the truth. That symbol, she said, it represents her bloodlines. So why do I recognize it from the stack of Mr. O'Finn's room? Possibly to share the power of my Milesian ancestors. Can I finally do Finn's thing too? I think I can. Whoops. Let's try. I'll do a quick scene. Think. Miss Deane attended because information promised information about her powerful Milesian ancestors? Hey, okay.
Someone invited Miss Deane to the manor. Someone who knew about her Milesian lineage. They also seem to believe that she is a wellspring of magical potential. I've known people who are happy to exploit the skills of others. Did Miss Deane's mysterious correspondent really help her from the goodness of their heart? Or rather, what were they getting out of it for themselves? Can I learn anything about the culprit from this? This is likely true. They admit they are a stranger, and that is certainly true. Their entire message is built on intrigue and trust. If she met them, and it was somebody she knew, it could be enough to chase her away. Given that, I am looking for somebody with no prior history with Miss Deane. I have picked up another. I wonder if there's anyone, and if not, what invest?
Okay. Nice. And I think, yes, I can finally do Ofen. The culprit. Goal was to protect the land as it is his ancient duty as a descendant of the Milesian rulers. I believe it's, yeah. Hey, I did him.
Finn is of an ancient bloodline of Milesian sorceress, as is Miss Deane. Is that why they've gone missing? There are 3 such bloodlines. Is there a descendant of that 3rd line? If so, then who? And were they brought here? Then taken because of their ancestral relationship with the Tua de Deane and Guivnu.
Guivnu. Yes. Okay. Has he actually? Yeah, it's the first time meeting Miss Deane, so I'm pretty sure it's him. I will say. And I still haven't done hers. And then, yeah, them. But he's in mourning, so it can't be him. Who knows about him, because something hickey is going on around that. Ooh, I still technically have 1 fact to unlock about the culprit. Interesting. And that's not until 8. So, save. I was going to check. Miss Callahan's room, which is here, this way. Alright. Yes. Not through that door. Okay, nobody's there. And then I love how that's called Dawn. Not until 6 p.m. Oof. Where is he on here? Not Master Scarrett. Mr. Coventry? Is that who it is? Yeah. What is my map? I don't even know where the mausoleum is. I have a few hours to burn. I wonder if I can sleep. If that will. Oh, okay. Cannot rest until like 6. Just an hour and a half nap. It's cool. Okay, I guess. Actually, I don't want the lobby. Alright.
Mr. Ward, how can I help?
I'm gonna talk to you about like 50 million things to pass time. You seem worried. Is everything alright? Do I know? I suppose it's fair to say that I have a lot riding on this event. Once it is done, it will be nice to return to the way things were and relax for a spell. Carrying the world upon your shoulders, Marquess. These last few years have not been easy, but that will all be in the past soon. A new day, a new chapter is only hours away. Keeping an eye on the time, Marquise. The seance has been planning for some time now. As we near the seance itself, it feels as if time is slowing. I'm most eager to get to it. I feel that because it is. It must be a great privilege to be the Marquis of Deane. It is, but I cannot lie, the title means less nowadays. The family is smaller, the holding smaller still. It is my hope that turning the manor into a hotel and hosting this event will play their parts in reinvigorating the role before I pass it on to Walter. Did you know that Mr. Coventry has left all his earthly possessions to Walter in his will? Has he? How unusual. Suppose he has no children of his own. He must have taken a shine to the boy. Still. An event like this must be a real boost to the hotel's income. One hopes, but this is about more than profit, Mr. Ward. Money unrecovered is still money well spent. I don't know about that. It must be difficult, your son's injuries. I'm not sure which is worse, Mary's death or his injuries. To know so much of his life has been taken from him. He'll never ride a horse nor dance with the woman he loves. Will he find love? Will it matter if he does, or does the Blake line end with him? I would give anything, do anything, take any risk, and do what has been done to him, if that were an option. I'd ask what actually caused the carriage accident. I suppose you might. It happened 3 years ago. Mary had taken the boy to Galford for a treat, to see the boats. Suspect there was no reason for it other than her good heart. The storm came in that day quickly. The driver suggested they return to the manor before it became too severe. But they left it too late. The roads were muddy, the wind strong, a tree fell, and in his efforts to avoid it, the driver lost control of the carriage. Tumbled, and Mary was, well, she was gone. The driver, bless him, managed to pull Walter out and carried him back to the manor. The driver succumbed to his own injuries a few hours later, bleeding out. No doctor could get here in time to save him. That has happened on October 31st is an irony not lost to me, though it is entirely coincidental. Sure. If you will forgive my forwardness, I was not expecting a gala quite like the one of last night. Sure, you, Mr. Ward, neither was I, but these things, rituals, it means, have, well, rituals. You say this is part of the seance? Part of the preparation for it, yes. Tonight we performed the seance, but we've been hurtling towards it for some time now. With the ball, we crossed one of the final thresholds, the point of no return. I've got a lot more. Her late wife, my condolences. My thanks is still ready for this controversial marriage. Her family was not of high enough status for my title. You're a marquis. That's like the lowest ranking. Outside of maybe a baron. My Aunt Catherine, God rest her soul, was just glad I had married at all. She had thrown too much of myself She felt I had thrown too much of myself into this hotel business. She was right, of course, after the hardship of the famines. I felt it was important to secure the family house and finances, but for whom, with no heirs. But then, if Mary had not come to stay here, we would never have met, and so the great wheel turns. Have you ever felt love, Mr. Ward? She unlocked me, is how I would describe it. She is my everything. I'm sorry, Mr. Ward, you'll have to excuse me a moment. Is. Thank you. Now, where were we? That was very funny. Are there many Blakes left? No, the manor was full once, the family larger, but it's just Walter and I now. No doubt some distant relatives exist somewhere, but I don't know of them. The numbers dwindle each generation, tragedy and marriages into other families. The west of Ireland is very remote. Once a woman has been betrothed, she rarely keeps in touch and is even less likely to return. Do you personally invite Miss Deane to the manor? The only guest that was invited was Miss Montavani. Her name was enough to bring the rest. Miss Deane's late departure is frustrating enough without her having been invited, frankly. Forgive my discussion of money at a time like this, but surely Miss Montavani's talents could have come cheap. No, indeed, but for an event so important as this one, it will only have the best, and the seance is very important. Mr. Ward, have you not figured that out by now? The expense, the people, the distance they've come will be one of the most important nights in history. Tell me anything about the Fae. I know the workers on the land leave out tributes to them and blame them when the crafts go wrong. When a person goes missing, it's often blamed on them too, or when a child has an accident. Seance is a strange event to host. How did this come to be? I lost my wife a few years ago, a carriage accident. It was a difficult time for me. It's the abruptness with which she was taken, so much left unsaid. I found some comfort through visiting a medium. I would not say it healed me, but it helped me get on this path. Naturally, I became interested in the practice and wanted to do my part in forwarding the field. I have no abilities there, so to speak, but I have this manner, and so that is what I offer up. Yeah, he has no magic, too, which is the other big thing. Guess I could just ask him about everybody. You know Miss Callahan, the local witch. I've heard of her, of course. Her name always comes up with crop sales or an animal sick. The locals call her in to fix things. She had a blind eye. They're entitled to handle things as they see fit. I had considered her a host for this event, but based on what I know of the woman, she would have turned me down. Has Miss Shem spoken with you? She is a lady looking for reparations for past deeds, is she not? How gauche to bring it up here and now. Does she not care for our greater aim here? She should come and berate me any other week, but not now. Have you spoken with Miss McLeod at all? Miss McLeod? Ah, yes, this year, of course. How could I not make time? I had hoped she'd be able to provide insights to our future success, but alas, she seems weakened. I assume too many powerful minds in one place, but I could well be wrong. You are, but I'm not going to say anything. Do you know Miss Lau? Miss Lau, the Chinese lady, I presume? She was at a bridge game I attended last week, a keen player. She is more interested in what was taking place here than she admits. Why the pretense, I do not know. Because she was trying to protect Miss Ivy McLeod. I just noticed that symbol behind the character icons. That's really cool. That's not true. He's both your stable master and groundsman. Yes, the man is a powerhouse. He does the work of 5 men around here. I offered to bring in some support for him, but he loves the work and the solitude it provides. Have you met Miss Quinn before? Before this event, no, but I have family who know, or rather knew her. She and I have spoken during her stay. Miss Quinn seems well versed in her esoteric studies, and I'm glad to have her here. Have you met Mr. Coventry? I've tried to meet with each other evenings. Guys, Mr. Coventry's reason for being here mirrors my own. He has lost a wife. Hopefully he too gets what he wants from the seance. But he hasn't. Miss Joyce is your housekeeper, yes? The housekeeper, yes, but not just that. Since my wife's passing, Mrs. Joyce has carried the burden of being Walter's caretaker. No children of her own, she moved here full time after her husband's passing. I'm grateful for her. I love the boy, but I'm no mother. Have you met Mr. Scarrett, the banker? Yes. For men who's never experienced love, he has a lot of opinions on what it might be. I suspect it was his attention that drove Miss Deane off in the end. You've met the priest, Father Sidno. I'm ashamed to say that few times we've spoken have been stilted. In truth, I've never spoken to a Catholic priest before, and I find him intimidating. I hope we can find a way to converse outside of that. I'm sure he has much to share that he is of value. If only I could find a way to pull it from him. Well, Dr. Callan is from the area. Do you know him? Not especially, but I'm glad he has come. I gather his talents are suitably impressive. Ask about your son. I had the pleasure of meeting your son, nor will you. With respect, sir, I do not think this path is suitable for him. Too many strange ideas for his young mind. It's bad enough that I've strayed down this path. If my wildest dreams come true and I see my wife, then I will be fit to deal with whatever that does to me. But he is just a boy. I fear what seeing her like that might do to him. Or not seeing her, that, too, would be hard on him. I would do anything to protect that boy, and so I've ordered him to stay in our residence until this whole ordeal is over. Have you time to go with Cathal O'Meara? Oh, he's the one obsessed with angels. Yes, that surprised me. Dealings with his uncle, and he, at least, seemed perfectly grounded. Has Miss Borsa talk with you? Oh yes. If she was not from the far side of the world, I would have forgotten her entirely. How she ended up here, I do not know. She is quite clear that the event holds little interest to her. I know you hear about Miss Montavani. In the same way one learns of any expert, I asked for recommendations. Her name came up at the top of most lists, so I contacted her. She has proven a delight, and I have the utmost faith in her for the tasks she undertakes. I should ask about Miss Deane. Miss Deane, she'll have to wait the chance to be introduced. A shame, I gather she is quite the woman and capable practitioner of her arts. Should I have somebody like Mr. Toussaint here, the debunker? Yes, well, I believe we have our best chance of achieving our goal when all minds are attuned to it. His presence, I fear, might be a likely person singing out of key in a choir, or singing a different song entirely, distraction for the rest, and sour overall experience. Perhaps he is the reason our gauge has dropped. No, that's me. Have you met with Mr. O'Finn? That's the mountain man. Yes, not yet, but I intend to speak with him before the seance. You do know he disappeared, right? Do you know Mr. Dupre is? Ah, yes, the voodoo undertaker. It's flattering that he's come so far for us. I hope he enjoys his time here. Yeah, too close to the next.
Marquess Blake. Of course.
Ding! Let's see if I can find somebody. Hawk history of the region. I suppose it would be something to pass the time. Not sure I'll actually learn anything of importance at this date, but...
Well, this is quite the turnout. Even the Marquess
Oh, she is here.
has come.
Or is that just the stock image?
I hadn't expected anyone to take much interest in the area. I suppose I should start by introducing myself. My name is Simon Coventry. I'm going to share some interesting facts about this part of Ireland that I picked up while researching for this trip. So,
Yeah.
I'm sure you all know, this land came into the Blake family in the 1650s after Cromwell's invasion. What I found interesting was what came before. This land was a place of worship and innovation. A gathering spot for scholars and engineers and artists to work on understanding and advancement, the betterment of their people. Easy pickings for Edward Blake. No doubt he and Cromwell cared very little for any knowledge held by primitive pagans. I couldn't find anything that spoke to what happened at the work from that site. Presumably, it was set ablaze. One has to assume not everyone was put to death by Cromwell's forces. However, I suspect many surrounding families have stories and knowledge passed down from that time, and those people. Why, given his background, perhaps our very own Dr. Callahan is linked to that place.
You flatter me, sir.
Perhaps those survivors are the reason that Connacht is home to all manner of wonderful myths and sacred sites. Rathroin and Owenaga Cave, Queen Maeve and her cattle raids, the Children of Lear. All fascinating stories, but too long to get into here. Certainly worth a read in the very well stocked library here. If you you'll find yourself bored. Not that I can see that happening with the seance only hours away.
Does anything of the pre-Christian site still exist?
Oh, I don't think so, I'm afraid. From what I can gather, it was all razed to make way for the castle and its estate.
I read one monk's account that what was here before was partially underground.
You've done your homework, Father. Yes, some accounts do suggest that, though none of the maps I've studied show anything useful. Marquess?
There are some sinkholes on the far reaches of the grounds, where caverns beneath the old settlements collapsed in. I do not know whether those collapses are the result of time, or if they were manually closed. I suppose it matters not either way. Nothing else remains.
Well, there you go, Father. That's me, I am afraid. I've nothing else to share. Probably quite mundane in the face of everything, but nothing wrong with a break in the face of madness.
I'm pretty sure you're the one who kidnapped Miss Deane, so you're like my only suspect left, unless it's William Blake, which seems wild. Hey, I've been looking for you, Thea.
Ah, Declan. Aren't you fierce good coming back to see me?
Do you think
Yeah.
you'd be able to lead Miss Murphy in well scrying? It would do her good to see her daughter. But the Magdalen Laundry that took her child, they won't share any information.
I can think of no better cause. You tell Miss Murphy I'm ready whenever she is, and to meet me at the well.
Will it port me there immediately, because she already is ready? Yes.
There you are. Come here now. Have you done this before, Alanov? No, miss. I've never... I didn't know it would really work. Does it? It most certainly does. Come here and stand beside me. You'll want to look into the well and try and get your thoughts calm. Take all the time you need.
It's kind of sweet that Mr. Barley is here too.
There. Now, I want you to think about your daughter. Do your best to picture her in your mind.
No.
Look at that. There you go. That's her? She has your eyes, does she not? She looks all right. Oh, she looks well. Oh, I was so worried.
So that is a very ominous
I
image.
hope you'll get to see her again someday. But until then, I can show you how to do this for yourself too, you know. You... Really? I've no words. That'd be... Thank you. So much. It's no trouble at all, sweetheart.
I love that child so much. She scarcely met her before they were separated. Separated in God's name. Did the Lord not die for her sins?
It doesn't ease the hurt in my heart to see her. But it does with the guilt. I didn't know how heavy that was sitting on my soul. Now that I know she's okay, I think I can rest.
Why don't you take some time, Miss Murphy, and rest? I think we can handle the seance without you.
Not sure how a cook would help
If
with the
you're
seance
sure of
anyways.
I
But
do feel weary from all this.
Yahoo! That's everybody. What does that mean for the seance, I wonder? Okay. That's exciting. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Coventry, unless it's William Blake, but I can't find that out until like 8. Yeah, I'm interested about what the last fact could be. I guess I might find it in the Blake residence. But yeah. Alright. Let's get out of here. That's nice to have it all done. Even if I had to get outside help a little. Still. Tried to have it be as non-spoilerly help as possible, and I succeeded in that, I feel like. I do not need that reminder. I found her. Huzzah. So I need to waste time until dinner. Just 8 o'clock. So late for dinner. I could not imagine waiting until 8 o'clock to eat. Ugh. Let's go spend some time in the library. Just read shit. I had new research topics. I don't think it's going to give me anything, but you never know. Lobby. Library railway. And I do wish I could be like, yes, give me guns, Gnosticism. I've looked all that stuff up right now. Nothing. It's weird that it doesn't pop up. It's like, oh, you have these new research topics, and then they never pop up. I think I already looked at those. Okay, so we're in this middle bit here, right above, below northern, oh yeah, Ulster, which is where the cattle raids are happening. That's why I was confused. Like, cattle raids didn't happen in the south, but I guess this is the kind of northwest. Wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could have like a rest mechanic being like, I don't have anything else I need to look up. I literally just need to get through some time. Can look at the chair. So yeah, I have an hour and a half in-game time to waste. They're still all in the drawing room. I guess I could go. Chat with people. Oh, she's back.
We meet again, Mr. Ward.
This is a
How do
reflection.
you feel about your decision?
It does not give me the same clearness of path as my original plans did. But there is relief in no longer facing my end at the seance tonight. Perhaps I was too eager for a grand gesture, a final attempt at success. I think this is a better path to my goal. It's not that far from what I do, after all. Except, and this is the funny bit, you don't expect the loan to be paid back. I grew up thinking of that as a handout, but now I see it as a transaction. I pay money to buy legacy.
I mean, that's a terrible way of looking at it, but I suppose there are worse
Oh,
things.
don't look at me like that, Mr. Ward. The Catholics have been buying their way into heaven for centuries.
This is the same thing, but in a different hat.
I mean, I guess it's true. Catholics and their indulgences have been allowed, but technically they did away with that. They don't have
The leopard
indulgence.
can't change his spots. At least, not right away. But who knows? Maybe my mind will lead and heart follow. And if we all get our needs met, who cares what the underlying intention is, eh?
That is also true.
Good day,
Uh,
Mrs. Skip.
Good day.
Let's have your thing.
Ah, Declan. Aren't you fierce good coming back to see me?
Sure. Miss Deane hails from the powerful Norwegian bloodline. That's what I've been hearing, at least. Does she now? That little no wonder she... Oh, I've no time to spend with bitter Miss Declan. I hope she's miraculously put to good use and leave it at that.
Satisfied?
Oh, God, no. The seance is still going ahead. Damage will still happen. But we've protected the well. And I think a rift between Rory and I is mended. Declan, I'm so proud of him. What a fool I was to be such a stick in the mud. I should have trusted his new ways. And, in doing so, had faith in myself as a teacher. I guess one always worries they've not done enough to prepare their young'uns. But you have to let them fly, I suppose. And Rory, he soared.
I'll let you go.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going to be a long day.
More questions?
What do you think you'll do when the seance is over?
I have what I came for, and more. I only hope to learn my father's name, but to see him, and now I have the inheritance from quarantine? This is more than the fresh start I came here hoping for. And I like it here. I like knowing that I am in my father's homeland, and I have met some people that I might one day call friends. Forever? Who knows? This event has changed my world. And I need time to process all of that. But all that matters is right now, yes? And right now, I'm happy here. I have answers and a home. I cannot ask for more.
I have to be off.
Sure.
Whoop.
Hello, Mr. Ward. How's the day treating you?
With the ritual complete, am I to understand that the Quinn family is free of their curse?
I've instructed my solicitor to transfer all the deeds to Miss Barbosa. If Biddy O'Connor keeps her word, yes, I think it's done. Finally. Finally.
If I might ask, will you and your family be all right? Losing that much land and the money from it must mean you're losing most of your assets.
Oh, almost everything. We will be significantly poorer. There's no doubt about that. It will not be easy, but I have some renown as a poet. I'll find the money for my sister's dowries that way, and I will work for my living. We are going to be okay. I will see to it. I got us this far, and I suppose you did too in the end. So, thank you, Mr. Ward. No, none of it will be easy, but it will be worth it. After all, for the first time in my life, I have a future.
Yeah, what? Nice. I actually want to ask her about the scars and hands and face. You have me mess to ask, how did you end up with the injuries you sustained? Is it enough to say I have terrible luck? There's some luck, I suppose, in the fact that I've only been scarred and it hasn't killed me yet. So it does look that way, Mr. Ward. Interesting, it's... I get sort of why, because it's sort of stock answers, but that it does not update to reflect that I know all of her stuff. Do you know that Miss Deane comes from powerful blood? I didn't, though I expect nothing less from her practitioner caliber. Blood counts for more than it should, I know, but magically, certainly, hers seems unparalleled.
I think it's safe to say your methods worked.
Well, yes, but also no. We succeeded. Not through my methods, but through Fia's and mine. There is a lesson there for me. I was too focused on the future. But when we forget the past, we don't learn from it, and we repeat the mistakes of it. And we only got there because you stepped in. I'm grateful, of course, but also deeply ashamed that I might have let my duty to the land and its people down because of ego. So in all, I'm proud of what we achieved here.
Aww.
I'm proud of what it's taught me. And if you will do me the honor, I am proud to call you a friend.
Aww.
Is all mine.
Rory, that's sweet.
I have to be on my way.
Be well, Mr. Ward.
Alright, we're gonna do this just a second. Okay. Mr. Blake. Talking to Father Sinnoh.
Yes, my child.
Yes, I'm wanting to say it's Sinnoh as a silent T's, but I guess it's Sinnot, which is mildly interesting.
My mission is not complete, but my part in it is over. What happens next is up to you. As for me, I have spent much of my life fighting the Demiurge's illusions. Whatever comes after this, trick or not, I intend to let myself enjoy it while I can.
I'll take my leave, Father.
Go with God, my child.
I find it very funny that they have a Gnosticism subplot in this game. The book I am currently reading is a translation of a French hoax that happened in the late 1800s, which was about basically Freemasonry being Satanism in disguise, and that it's actually like bit of the surprise bit for me. Like obviously that talks about at the very beginning, but that technically it's apparently a Gnosticism, with them believing that Satan is the true God and that Jesus, for some reason only Jesus, and not like God, is the demiurge who is deceiving us. It's very interesting, very fun. I'm enjoying it as a book. Hi, Mr. Coventry.
Mr. Ward, how are you?
No mementos. Wife, would you have a picture I could see? Those are in my room. I remember to take one when I'm next there to show you later on. Interesting. This is a fun location, is it not? I only wish to know how to capture it. Do you paint, sir? In fact, I do. It helps keep my hands steady, which is useful for work. Have you painted much while here? Not as much as I'd hoped. There's so much happening that I'm not left with the energy. What have you painted? A landscape? I couldn't say, sir. It is work that was done in confidence. Oh, a commission? Something of the sort, but I couldn't say more. It wouldn't be gentlemanly. Thank you. Like, That young Master Walter Blake, do you know much of the lad? Well, not a whole lot. He was in a carriage accident some years back, the one his mother died in. Gallagher left the boy, scarred both mentally and physically. He doesn't come out with the hotel has guests. I relate to him in a way. I lost my mother when I was young too, so at least he is not entirely alone. One couldn't be too lonely, I suppose, in a large house surrounded by staff. You'd be surprised. I just cannot sleep well here. I hope you are faring better. Ah, well, I have pills to help with that sort of thing. I'd wish you could fall asleep on a battlefield once I've taken them. Nothing, not even dreams get through. Or at least I certainly don't recall anything in the mornings. So yeah, he's not having the same dreams everybody else is having. What do you think of the masked ball? I've never anything like it. When I get to my age, you think I've seen everything. Evidently, I was wrong. I saw a great many things. I had conversations with all manner of near human beings. It should have been terrifying, but it was also exhilarating. I left entirely drained by it today, though. You have some dust in your suit, sir. Ah, so I do. How did that get there? Perhaps the housekeeper's not so fastidious as she should be, eh? I think that's for the mausoleum thing that I have yet to reach. I've heard talk that the manor is haunted. Have you seen anything of the type? Well, I wouldn't like to call it a haunting until I'm absolutely certain, but sometimes I hear people talking before I walk into my room. There's no one there, of course, and it seems to be the same conversation each time. Can't make any of it out, really. Probably just old pipes. A device nature is a strange one, no? Everything here is strange to me, but yes, that one really stood out. I'm told it measures our readiness for the seance. How do I not know? But it is decreasing. I hope that isn't anything to worry about. It is completely done. Nobody else is going to the seance except for you and Mr. Blake. And I guess, well, there are other people going. They're protected. You happen to know anything about the Fae? Perhaps we best not talk about them, for the sake of the superstitious guests, I mean. I don't want to upset anyone. Have I asked you about... I did ask you about Evelyn Deane. Let me ask you about O'Finn. She would make of Mr. O'Finn. Not properly met, an odd fellow to see at a gathering like this, but then what do I know about gatherings like this? Quite the character, though. He strikes a mighty portrait, wouldn't you say? You had the opportunity to speak with Miss Callahan. Not so much. She spends a lot of her time out in the maze, but my knees aren't up for that. Not in this weather. Okay. Have you met the opportunity to meet Dr. Callahan? I have indeed. A fine fellow. We've had some discussion about the whole idea behind the event, the nature of seances and such. I must say I'm surprised to meet a doctor who's both that and a sort of magician. That just goes to show how much I have to learn. Have you met Father Sino? He's a curious sort, isn't he? Very stern, though I suppose in some way this is a rather serious event, so truthfully I can't blame him for it. He spends a lot of time watering the grounds, blessing it for for what is to come, he tells me. I've met Miss McLeod, a charming girl by all accounts. I'm surprised she's allowed to be here, though. I wonder what her father thinks of all this. And that dazed look in her eyes, you'd swear she was under the influence. She was. We spoke to Miss Quinn, not much. She always seems engrossed with her work that I thought it best to leave her be. But we did have a brief chat about poetry one evening. I hope she enjoyed the break from her work. What are your thoughts on Miss Montavani? I gather she's very well respected in the field. She's quite the catch for event as far as after this. Indeed, I think she's the sole reason so many have come this far. She gave me a reading. It all sounded very impressive, but didn't make all that much sense to me, I'm afraid. I wish I could find out what it was. Spoken to the Marquis Blake yet? A few times. The poor man thinks he suffered the loss of his wife, injuries to his son. You see why he'd invest in an event like this so heavily. Whoops. I have analyzed already. I understood correctly the Marquis has a son living somewhere in the manor. He lives in the private residence off the east wing, I believe. I saw him once being wheeled through the grounds, but that was only from a distance. I gave him a wave, and he returned it, but I'll admit it was lackluster. Not used to people, a bit of a recluse. Having lost his mother at such a young age, it is understandable. What do you think of Cathal? Mr. O'Mara? Oh, well, we spoke, but he grew quite bored, I'm afraid. I'm not very versed in all this magic stuff, you see.
Good, and to you.
Bing. There was the time. Okay. Yeah. I have 2 more hours.
Hello again, my friend.
And nothing to do. Except, I guess, to talk to people. Actually, notes on that. Deane descends popular my legion. It's good for her. I'm told she's a talented practitioner. I'm not sure that her bloodline plays any part in that, but it sounds impressive. Hopefully not so impressive that some lunatic comes looking for her blood. Don't look at me like that, Mr. Ward. People have done worse the promise of less. True.
Is she really laid to rest?
She is. Thanks be to Maman. And thanks to you and Mrs. Joyce, of course.
And that means... you will not see her again.
Not in this life, no. Why are you asking?
My brother. He is dead. Since coming here, I've learned he's still with me.
Unfinished business of his own, perhaps.
But how do I find out what it is and free him? Before he becomes trapped like your Laura.
That I do not know, Mr. Ward. But if Laura found a way to get you to free her, I'm sure your brother can too.
What did you make last night's ball? Well, it wasn't dissimilar to Mardi Gras back home, less soulful, but when you're as homesick as I find myself to be, it was a welcome distraction. Did you spot the quartet? Apparently the four-piece were killed here over 100 years ago by the Marquis at the time, so nobody else would hear how finely they played. They just play some instruments and let those lost souls find them. Quite macabre, but also fascinating. What do you think about Mr. Coventry? He approached me with a question or two about the seance. I answered them as best I could, but they were quite elementary anyways. I wonder if he has any idea what he's getting himself into. Well, apparently,
Not at all, Mr. Ward.
he knows more than he's letting on, because I'm pretty sure he is the one behind this whole bang about her.
Signor Ward, we meet again.
I already asked you about Miss Deane. Have you spoken to Mr. Coventry? I gave him a reading. He is lost, or was at least. Now he is perhaps found again. The future was more open than I expected for a man of his age. Bene le pour lui. I was hoping for more. Feel about Miss Callahan. We do not share eyes on the matter of this event, but she is a good woman and a skilled practitioner. I think elsewhere we could get on like a building on fire. Here we are at odds. So Miss you specially invited. Oh, like me, they invited others. Oh, Senor Ward, will I never be enough for these rich people? Oh, I do not think. Oh, Senor, please, I'm making fun. What do I care who has been invited alongside me? I'm still numero uno. Says no expense. I don't think it worth the money. No, I'm at the ball last night. Ah, yes, the ball. Where we might have provoked some spirits, but the Marquis insisted on the drugs. Part of attuning ourselves to this place and its frequency. And the others, they seemed happy with the experience, no?
I wish there was more I could do.
As do I, Signor. But it is how it is. I have pushed myself for so long. I was young when I left my family for a better life. And I found it. I enjoyed the finest things with the finest company. But for all my fame, I have little to show. And faced with the end, I finally realized what wealth I had at home. Like everyone in my position, I thought I would have more time. I thought I could go back. Fix that, which I broke. What a cliche I have become. Maybe this is what the ghosts are trying to tell us. That our time is limited and we would do well to be more precious with it. One way or the other. I am soon to find out.
Alright. You're cold, miss. Your hands are shaking. Oh, wouldn't. Don't worry about that. I've been cough. You're right. Of course, I should be wearing my shawl. You must be very fond of that tarot deck. It shows the wear, does it? However precious something is, however much you love it, time will change it. This is the Visconti Sforza deck, given to me by a woman who trained me as a child. It served me well and has given me some very interesting readings over the years. You can have a reading yourself if you so wish, Senor, and you need only meet me when I'm doing readings in the hedge maze. For such a special occasion, I wish to put the cards to good use. And it will be, as they say, on the house. Well, I think I already missed my chance on that. You met the father yet? I'm a good Catholic girl. Of course I've met with him. How fortunate for us that if the seance does not go well, at least we still have one way to gaze upon the dead. The man needs some sun. I met Miss Quinn briefly. If it were not for the death following her, I could like her. But with the heavy veil she carries about her, I can't help but feel sorrow for her and hers. Oh, luckily, it's gone. Have you felt like the young master? I've not met him. The Marquis wants him kept from all this business. Though he would not say it, I suspect there's hope that the Marchioness ghost will appear. That may be too much for the boy at this age, and if she does not appear, that would be too much in another way. No, best you stay from the whole thing until a later age. We've spoken with Miss McLeod. See, she's also reads the cards that we found much to discuss over tea. Wonderful, a talented young woman. I gave her reading. She's at the crossroads of living a true life or not. I hope she finds a way to pick correctly. I think I helped her do that. Though how it will go, I'm not sure. We met Mr. Finn. Oh, I like him. Warm, solid type. Feet on the ground. Laughs with the chest. Speaks his mind even when it's not welcome. Perhaps especially then. I cannot see why he was invited. Have you seen Miss Murphy about the manor? It's just a shy little thing. I think she wanted to ask me something but could not work up the nerve. If she is not careful, she will blink and end up replacing Signora Joyce in no time. Life wasted washing sheets for strangers. Have you had the opportunity to meet Dr. Callahan? I have. I've never met him before this event. I am so pleased to have done so here. Think that we understand each other, I think, perhaps. I have made a friend. That is always a welcome surprise. He attempts to modernize certain practices are intriguing. What wonders this age brings with us. I wish I could be around when he cracks it, so I could see and congratulate him on the achievement. No. Spoken Miss Hisham. I tried, but did not get far. She's very driven by something. She asked if I could divine the location of things, which normally I can, but here there's too much energy surrounding this place. It comes from every direction. It is overwhelming. I could not focus on any one person or thing in it at all. Since then, I wish I'd asked what the thing had been, at least. I did that already, too. I met Master O'Mara. I have. We spoke briefly. He seems an interesting young man. There's something beautiful about him, around him, some pale, shining gaze. Pulled a card for it, the Seven of Swords, trickery and cunning. I hope Signor O'Mara will be okay. Well, apparently he has some weird fey angel thing looking out for him, so I think he'll be fine. He met Miss Barbosa. She is a girl from Brazil. See, she is not here for magic, so we talked about life in our countries. Both our homes have been going through big changes these last few years. She has fled hers. I would return to mine, if only. Yeah. Met Mr. Toussaint? Oh, yes, and meeting him here was not for the first time. He has investigated me, you know. He's very polite about it, and did not take long to conclude. After he, what would you call it, approved me, after that my demand shot up. I know some people do not like him, but I have never minded him. I like his company. What do you think about Mr. Blake? Oh, yes, from the very beginning it was he who reached out to me to come and host this event, though how he heard of me I do not know. He has been very welcoming. But, it's his eyes, senor. They scare me. Their intensity. I'm not always sure what is behind those eyes. Is it just grief that drives him? Something more? There's a part of me that worries I am enabling something in him. I think you are. My dear, have you met Miss Lau? Signora Lau, see, Signora McLeod introduced her to me, her chaperone, I am told. She did not talk as much as Signora McLeod did. Still, she was very polite. I think talk of magic is not so interesting to her, though she did say pay some attention to her charges cards, not changes. Met Mr. Dupre, the man from America. Yes, we've spoken. I don't know his face, so I wanted, well, most of the new faces here are from here, are they not? A funeral director. What a thing to find here, and at this time. The universe, she is a wily one. You spoken Miss Darcy. I've not seen her before, but I know her name. I have friends in London who adores her books. Surprised to learn she is a member of the Golden Dawn. She does not seem very well versed in this. Very versed in all this. Perhaps she is new to the society? I wonder if there will be a seance in her next book. No doubt. Have you met Miss Erickson here? See, it was not for the first time we crossed paths before in London. There and here she avoids me. Maybe I'm stealing business from her? Though I think maybe she avoids me for another reason. I do not know. She does not show up in my cards. Apparently she's magically null. Not notice anything out of place here. Oh yes, senor. The spiders, for one thing. I saw a bird last Thursday, little, all caught up in their webs. Might as well grave for it beside the stables. But you know what I found the next day? Don't tell me it was empty. I found spiders littered across the graves, feathers through their bellies, like offerings. Never know why people were scared of spiders. Never knew. There are worse things that chase them. Callan has learned a way to use the well water to see her great distances. Yes, and she makes it look easy, does she not? With only an intention, she was able to guide me to see my familia. To think she has kept such a wonderful secret, so men in frocks do not take her to the flames. So many of your people have lost loved ones to the Americas because of your famine. Imagine they could stay in touch. Soon we'll have telephones for that. Oh. No, that's... There's a lot of strange energy in this place. It's difficult to sleep in a place so beset with
That's
spirits.
all.
Of course.
There's the exit. Yeah, I had 2.5 hours. Bar. Which is not this way. It's this way? Yeah. Sure.
You again?
I don't think I actually did the reflection for him,
Do you
no.
have much understanding of what your angel wants of you?
Not yet. Something physical. I know that. Whatever it wants of me, I need to be healed. I can feel my body recovering at an accelerated rate since pledging myself to it.
Okay.
I assume its intentions will become clear to me soon enough. But first, the seance. Then a visit to my mother. I have put her to worry for all too long. I need to assure her that what comes next is a divine quest, and so, safe. It's silly, but that will put her at ease. The only challenge will be getting her to believe me. It is, admittedly, something of a change of character.
Can't say I was experiencing the ball new to it, are you? I could think of people I'd rather have attend with it, but it wasn't bad. I'm amazed with the treats provided. They were quite affecting. Saw a shadowy figure stalking the grounds, twice the height of a man. Would that description mean anything to you? Doesn't mean as much to me. Angelic beings are creatures of light, radiant and pure. I suppose the natural conclusion would be something less heavenly on your hands. Thanks. I spoke to Miss Coventry once or twice over drinks. He's fascinated with everything this place has to offer, including Miss Deane. Sly old dog. Took a shine to her, I think. Harmless at his age, but Evelyn shouldn't have led him on by going to his room. Yeah, well, that's why the painting. Spoke to Mr. O'Finn. Imagine this, the year of our Lord, 1897, not believing in angels. I suppose I should have expected that kind of backwards thinking from a hermit. Hey now. See that contraption in the atrium? The what? I can't say I've given much notice to anything in that room.
I'll be off, Mr. O'Mara.
Don't let me keep you.
Mr. Ward, you come back to me.
Have you ever been to a party like last night's, Mrs. Darcy? No, and I hope not to again, if this is the kind of thing Cecil was getting up to with his club. I think I would rather speak about something else, Mr. Ward.
Do you mean to report me then? For murdering my husband?
I'm not a police officer. I have no legal obligation to do so.
What about a moral one?
I know what happened between you. Do you? I can see how you ended up where you did.
Mr. Ward, it would have taken a mystic to see where I was to end up. If there is any consolation in it. It is not something I would do again. A haunting changes one's perspective on such things.
How about this then? A second chance. I will monitor the news where you live and only intervene if any husbands go mysteriously missing. Does that sound fair?
I don't know, sir. Mr. Baker from number 11 is an awful bore. If I need to listen to him talk about his bay trees one more time... I shouldn't joke, I know. It is fair, sir. Thank you for your kindness to me through all this.
Been hearing talk while this manor is haunted. Have you seen anything? If you had said that to me not 2 weeks ago, I'd have rolled my eyes at you, sir. But then this place has changed my mind on ghosts. Yes. I will talk to everybody about Mr. Coventry. I didn't find him all that interesting until I learned he was a jeweler. That piqued my interest. I've arranged to go see him when all this is over. I have a number of men's items to pass on. He spoke to Father Sinna? Oh, him, yes. We talked a while, long enough for him to pass judgment. He suggested I repent and leave. Why would I listen to him? I'm not here looking for religion, and certainly not here to confess my sins. Spoken to Mr. O'Finn, that man is a savage. He smells like a wet dog and has the manners to match. I thought this was to be a civilized event, but then walks in the local reprobate. He feels like he is in the wrong story. It's because it's real life. Have you mentioned Mr. Toussaint? The things about Frenchmen is they're much more fun than their English counterparts, twice as insufferably straight-laced. And I can't yet tell which one Mr. Toussaint is.
That was all.
Good day, Mr. Ward.
I already talked to you.
Hello again, sir. Need something?
Where will you go?
Everywhere, I hope. I was looking at France. We had a French couple come here once. They were really different. Didn't care what anyone else thought. But this week, I've met, well, in the loosest sense of it, people from so much further. Maybe I'll go to all their countries. Huh. Imagine they bumped into me. I wonder if they'd even know who I was.
So, what was the nature of your relationship with Miss Deane? I have the feeling I should answer you straight on this. We knocked boots a few times. Oh, started with her getting me to steal some wine from the bar and bringing her to restricted areas. It ended about when her ex Cathal showed up. I guess she was embarrassed to be slumming it with the bellboy. She's been avoiding me since. No big deal. Stuff like this happens all the time. Maybe you don't say that to Mr. Varley. Interesting. What do you think of Mr. Coventry? Have you met Mr. Coventry, the kindly old guy who's strangely smug under it all? Yeah, I met him. He was buying drinks from Miss Deane like it was nobody's business. Rich old guys love tossing their cash around to impress the ladies. Out to see the Marquise Flick son? Almost never. Every so often I take a meal up for him. Mostly Miss Joyce or Miss Murphy do that. I try to stay clear, but do I have a talk about a 10-year-old rich kid? Don't need to analyze. I did that already. How do you find working for the Marquis? He doesn't deal with me much. He'll talk to Varley, who will pass down commands from on high. Suit me. I don't much like the idea of nobility pushing us about. I like forgetting about him and pretending I work in a normal hotel. Well, maybe not normal. I suppose you spoke with Mr. O'Finn. Oh yeah, the life, the universe, the soil. All that crap you talk about with hey when you just click with a person.
I'll leave.
Yeah, all right.
You two got high together, huh? I guess I could go down and... Will you get mad if I go in here? Okay, it's locked. Never mind. Go down to the basement and talk with Mrs. Joyce, I guess. I have so much time to waste. The problem with doing it all like I did. Okay. Larder. Oh, which means kitchen is over here. Oh, they're both in here.
Good day.
Hello, sir. Anything I can do for you?
We spoke with Mr. Coventry. Well, perhaps I would have gotten the chance when he was not so busy luring Miss Deane to his quarters. At least he had the decency to look ordinary. I can't understand why he wants to do with the seance, really. I hope he comes to his senses and leaves. I'm correct to thinking the Marquis has a son? Yes, sir, but he's a quiet boy. Keeps to his room when there's guests in the manor. Been that way since the accident, probably the same before, but that was a while back and he was younger then. I assume he was hiding then too, just in his mother's petticoat. I don't really recall. He missed her something awful, the poor lad. But he's a sweet boy. Sometimes you forget he's young master, not family of your own. How do you find working for Marquis? Oh, sorry, I'd like it a lot better if he hadn't decided to host this seance. I know he misses his wife, but this doesn't seem like the right way to honor her memory.
I'll be off.
God bless you, sir.
Sir?
Oh, I guess I didn't do a reflection.
Miss Callahan to scry again.
Yes, definitely. She even said she'd be willing to keep teaching me what she knows. I'm so filled with thanks. I could see my little one anytime I'd like. And with magic, I might finally have some say in my own life now, sir. You arranged it all, didn't you? Thank you. You didn't have to.
No, don't mention it, miss. I'm glad I could help.
I'm just so glad to see my little girl again.
I tell them Miss Deane was personally invited to the manor, was she? That makes me happy, sir. The manor's a better place for having her in it. Before she left, I mean, except. Go on. Well, I don't think it would have mattered, sir, whether she was invited or not. All that talent, I guess there's not a thing on this earth that'd make her feel worthwhile. Have you met Mr. Coventry? No, sir, I've not. Looks like he's been having a grand old time, though, with... Well, that's none of my business, sir. Spend much time with the young master? Some, sir. We work on our words together, but in truth he helps me more often than I help him. I can just about read, sir, only small words, enough to get by. I'm learning to write alongside the master. It was Mrs. Joyce's idea that we could help one another. I don't think he tells his father mind. It might be part of why I've been let stay, bless him. Feel about working for the Marquis? We don't speak much, sir. He's given me a home, I suppose. Do you think of Miss Deane? Oh, well, it's like she sees the world in a whole new way to us. Like it's made of those threads we'd never see, but she can. Magic just flows to her. She weaves it like nothing more than wool round a hook. That's what I've heard at least, sir. Truth be told, I haven't seen her in a while. Think something happened to her? Oh, of course not. Nothing could get Miss Deane. More like she got sick of. Oh, never mind. You sound quite familiar with her. Have you met before? Oh, no, we got talking is all. She's good like that. Doesn't look down on the staff.
I'll leave you.
I don't think I did the reflection for Mrs. Joyce. Maybe I did.
Hello, sir.
How are you feeling now?
You know, something came over me when you threw that torch, sir. In that moment, I just knew that being there with you and Mr. Dupre, helping that poor girl was the right thing, the godly thing to do. All this magic, these strange faiths and secret societies, it's all still very new to me. I don't think I'll ever come around to accepting it all. But I can see now that it's not all wicked. Some are just another way of looking at the world. I don't understand or trust this magic, but my cousin in Dublin talks the same way about electricity. And I know that's just our world changing, and people with more schooling than I can make better sense of it all. So, if magic is just another part of nature, then God must have put it there, and I won't be scared of anything the good Lord provides us.
take the parcel of money from Miss Deane's belongings? Well, sir, I hardly had the money to pay you out of my own pocket now, did I? Miss Deane was very well off, do you know? I can't imagine she'll mind the cost. I suppose you went through a lot of trouble to get this, didn't you? But you didn't even sign your name on my hurry letter. Oh, this event is very important for the hotel, sir. If Mr. Varley knew there were detectives snooping around the guests, he's just going to have to put up with it now, anyway.
I'll be off, Mrs. Joyce.
God bless you, sir.
And I'm alone. Why is he in the dining room? Guess I'll go to the library, talk to Miss Hisham. I don't think I did her reflection thing. Yeah. Library, which is, that's the bar. No, that's the bar. Here we go. I was looking on the wrong hall. There are lots of people here. Excuse me.
Ward, you need to talk to me.
Oh, I did do the reflection with her. Okay, never mind.
I'll leave you.
May Allah guide.
I will talk to these two fine ladies.
Hello, Mr. Ward. How are you?
I hope you have some peace now.
You, sir, have no idea. My sight, my second sight, is not quite back to me yet, but I don't need it to say how lucky I am. I know Victoria acted, well, she acted, and she made mistakes, as did I, in chasing a husband without discussing it with her, and what that could mean for us. I'm still coming to terms with it, I think. That someone so dear to me could break my trust, but I also know she wasn't entirely herself. And her haste bought my freedom too. I don't know what comes next for us, but that is a priceless gift. And Dara, dear sweet Dara, he trained me in the sight, you know. How to manage it, how to hide it from others. For him to be in this place when I needed him most, to have acted against Miss Deane and gotten us the key, and, of course, you, sir. You found the materials and returned them to us. You have given us a chance at a future together. And we will never forget that. Thank you.
This charms look craft with a great deal of care, miss. Mr. Hunter's always been so good to me. We'll wear these for the rest of the event just to set his mind at ease. Events like these usually have parties, such as last night's. For once, I was glad that my sight was dulled. I saw quite enough as it was. It was as if everyone took on the personas of their costumes. And I was talking with, 3 ghosts for a while. I only realized that they were not answering me back. I even saw a giant at one point. What do you think of Mr. Coventry? Spoke of Mr. Coventry? Oh yes, a little. What an event to attend as your first of the sort. There's a noble bearing about him, though. You wouldn't know it by his outfit. I suppose a jeweler's salary can only go so far. Met Mr. O'Finn? I've not met him, I've never met anyone of the like before. Well, far be it from me to judge, though I think being a little perplexed is fair game. Correctly, Mr. Blake somewhere around the place. Yes, apparently so. He's a bit young to appear at an event like this, but I know there is some interest in his hand already. Not surprising, given he's the heir to the land title and fortune of the Blake family. Yeah.
I'll let you be, miss.
Take care, Mr. Ward. Hello? What brings you back?
How are you feeling now that the situation is resolved?
Of course, I am thrilled with the outcome, but I am less thrilled with my behavior. I could blame a lot of it on Miss Deane, or this house, maybe even just the time of year or the event itself, but my training works against me here. I have to own my anger, frustration, and mistakes from this past week. I have some work to do to regain Ivy's trust. It's possible I never will. But even if I lose her, she will be free. And that is worth everything. So thank you.
What do you make of the masked ball, Mrs. Lau? I'm adding it to the list of unusual situations as Ivy has gotten it into me. Does unusual situations suffice? No, it doesn't, does it? I'm told the purpose was to attune ourselves spiritually. Does such things actually do anything to enhance your spiritual awareness? I don't know if they do. But I saw things, including an apparition I've seen elsewhere here, a woman who washes. So maybe these events do work. Oh, you've seen the washerwoman, huh? Thought I saw a woman washing something in the fountain. I have seen her too, though I saw her on entering the ladies' bathroom. She shrieked, and I fell back. When I stood, she was gone, save the shawl she was washing in the tub. There was no way she got past me. Another gift from this awful hotel. What do you think of Mr. Coventry? Just a little. He made introductions, a charming man. I couldn't help but feel like I was missing something, though. Perhaps he was making moves on Ivy, and I was blind to it. Certainly, he does seem fond of a younger romance. Yeah. Okay, well, I assumed he's in portraits around the house, of course, and I think I've seen him watching us go about the gardens, the guests I mean, from this window. You spoke with Mr. O'Finn? I can't say I have yet. I rather wonder what I would talk to him about. Must confess that while I'm usually a good read on people, he has thrown me. Maybe that is his intention. If I do manage to think of something, then I'm sure it will be quite the conversation. Well, he is missing, so that's going to be difficult. Well, after it's very kind of him to make these for us. He's always been so good to Ivy. I'm a little honored to be included, I think. Seen any strange occurrences? Been alone count as one, but you mean the ghosts, don't you? I can't say I was expecting you to believe in ghosts. Well, I've seen some strange thing. Ivy calls them ghosts, and I've no better explanation for them. There was a woman upstairs in the atrium. I took her for another guest, so when I went up to say hello, she was just gone. I do believe that many things have rational explanations, and maybe Ivy's visions and the young woman I saw have a practical explanation. For now, Mr. Ward, in my own way, I do confess I believe in Ivy's visions, so while improbable, ghosts no longer seem impossible. Oh, hers is different. Interesting. Or maybe it's just, okay, it's just because it's the one I'm in. I never actually talked to you about Miss Deane. I have, unfortunately, been dealing with her for a while now. Is it unfortunate? Don't know if it was for her, but it certainly was for me, if only our paths had ever crossed. Can't stand here, the less said about it, the better. You've made an acquaintance of Father Sinna. I searched aboard misgiving, judgment, condemnation even from him. He was polite and brief when we interacted. I got the impression he did not care about me, not in a dismissive or derogatory way. I've spoken with the Marquis. No, I played some bridge with him, but we never spoke beyond a greeting. This will sound conspiratorial, Mr. Ward, but it seemed to me that he had no interest in any of the guests who are of less magical bent. Have you spoken to Miss Callahan? What a dear. She admonished us for being here, but in a gentle way. Then she took our hands and told us everything would work out in the end. Don't know why, but it took great solace from that. And she was technically right.
That's all.
Farewell, Mr. Ward.
Thanks. I don't know if that will actually Users understood that many snow forces moved akin to a best portrayed by a chartered wave. Yeah. Waveforms, visual representations, whether wave is a visualization of a literal wave or a less literal visual representation of the increasing decreasing of quantity. Okay. Yeah, that does not actually take up the time. Who else is around that I could talk to? Nobody's in there. Nobody's in the basement. Nobody's in the walled garden. Nobody's in the hedge maze. Nobody's in the churchyard, and nobody is in there. I do have to go run to the bathroom, so I will be right back. Alright. Get this all set back up. The problem is that time only passes when I talk to people. Or do investigatings, I guess. Did I talk about you? I did, okay. Guess I could just talk about the other things. The housekeeper seems to be much disinterested in conversation, except for once when she demanded to know why I was here, but I wonder, why does she care? I'm literally running out of things. Trinity, that is not what I would call it, but no, I haven't spoken to him cursory hello. I don't believe he's interested in talking with a person like me. I suppose we've talked to Dr. Callahan, introduced himself to me, and it became clear that we have almost nothing in common, almost. Once we moved past magic and mysticism and got into politics, then the conversation flowed. In Egypt, we have been under British occupation for 15 years, not that they would admit it. True, it is not a formal occupation, but they put enough money and troops into my country to start their own nation, so I'm not too concerned with what they want to call it. Yes, a drop in the ocean compared to what you have suffered, but it is good to hear after all this time, all these tragedies, you've not lost your fight. Dr. Callan assures me there are movements forming. Who knows? Perhaps in your lifetime you will know freedom. I only hope my people see it soon, too. Well, it's still kind of happening in the 20s, so it's going to be a bit longer for you. The Troubles happened in the 10s, and that's in like 20 years? Or is it later than that? I don't remember. Let's see here. Just out of curiosity. The Troubles. 1960. Okay. So much later. So definitely not in Mr. Ward's lifetime. At all. Unfortunately. Sooner for you than for us. We met Miss Barbosa. The only woman who has traveled me. Like me, she is more interested in this area than the seance. I suppose you need a stronger reason to come so far. I confess I like her. Not formal education in such a thing as we scholars study here. How do you say? Bet que mel acher. She gets right to the point. It is very refreshing. I think I said that right. If you talk to Miss Darcy, I might even consider her a friend of sorts, provided she wouldn't be put off by the familiarity. I see something in myself and her, and I think the feeling is mutual. We're two halves of the same being. Besides, she makes me laugh. Well, that's nice. Mr. Dupre, yes, we've spoken. He is a perfect gentleman, and yet he has the strangest look on his face, and the questions he asked I could not answer. Yes, I worked with Miss Erickson. Yes, I have, yes. A show woman to her core. She was trying to impress me with her knowledge of the 7 elements, the Eye of Horus, the concept of Ma'at, and other things she no doubt learned skimming through a book. It would be like me trying to impress you by listening to the 10 Commandments and your 3 most popular saints. I do not think I would break salt and bread with this woman. Ouch! Suppose you spoke of Mr. Toussaint. As it happens, I have. A scholar of magic and religious ritual. He said, and their misuse. An intriguing topic, and startlingly pleasant man, which is why it pays me to seem so concerned. And sure, Mr. Farley, that poor man, I have him hounded with questions about the place. He's good to entertain me, but more tight-lipped than his answers than I want. I was hoping for a tour of the more private sections of the house, but this man is a stone wall. Really, what do they have to hide? Did I actually ask you about Mr. Coventry? I think I did.
Aren't you fierce good coming back to see me?
Finished my tea off too quickly. Now I have nothing else. I have not asked you. What do you make of Mr. Coventry? He's not the sort you might see at an event like this, being that he has no interest in the occult or the scene, as the kids call it. Grief can do change to a person. Not that I've seen much grieving in him, but then we all process in our own ways. Because he's not actually grieving. But I haven't even asked you about Miss Deane. I have. You stay away from that one, Declan. That she tried to take was of value to you. Okay. You know, Walter Break. Well, I've heard of him. Everyone local has. I had hoped to get a good look at him while I was here, but he really does stick to the shadows, doesn't he? Mr. Blake. You know that Marquet? Well, I thought I did, not closely or personally, but as a figure, I reckon I knew him well. Then he goes and runs an event like this, and well, he's a very different man than he was a few years ago. Well, probably because his wife died, and he's apparently obsessed with trying to talk with her. What do you think of Miss Montavani? She's a woman of many talents, to be sure. Shame she's so flippant in her use of them. I would have expected a wise woman to be, well, wiser. Maybe all the bright lights have blinded her. Still, I suppose it's hard to argue with the paycheck I hear she's been promised. Yeah, it was a lot of money. A few £1,000? So, even in today's money, that's a lot. It would be even more, actually. I spoke with Mr. Toussaint. He's a pleasant man. I also think he has much faith in our fellow guests as I do, although possibly for different reasons to myself. Good to have another skeptical set of eyes on the whole thing even still. I think I might like to get to know him a bit better after all this is over. If anything remains after, that is. Pretty sure a lot will remain after. I have done much. What's your opinion on Miss McLeod? But let me tell you this. My dash hasn't been affected by being in this place. I saw nothing about her that would suggest to cause her loss, all of which tells me it's not mystical in nature. Whatever's happening to that girl is as unmagical as you, or, well, you. Impression do you have of Mr. O'Mara? I need him if he slaps, so there's a good lad in there somewhere. I have to wonder if he's talked with angels, though. Not sure I've ever been in the presence of angels before. Not sure I have been. Have you met my father? Still not? What need do I have a priest? I'm not dying. I'll say only this. Some people are so caught up in a world where they could be that they're blind to the world they're already in. Impression of Miss Quinn. Miss Quinn, I was expecting you to have feet on the ground like she does. I'll give her that. Maybe it's sadness is carrying. There's something on her shoulders much greater than any one person should have to bear. Do you know what happened, Mr. Hunter? I made it my business to get to know all the staff. This was some information in a place like this. Better company, too. Mr. Huntner. Oops. Is a fine, strong gentleman, though I can't say I've noticed. No. Have you spoken to Mr. Dupre? I have. He's a good man and one who acknowledges the intricate spirals of life, death, and the rebirth and all that, but I fear he carries a shadow on his soul, Declan. Lord Almighty. To be fair, they've kind of intentionally suppressed the Irish language. So, him not knowing his Irish is not, that off. Would make Mr. Riley the man needs to listen up a bit. I've never seen anyone with power in all my life. Do you see him about Gal for doing jobs from time to time? You'd always get the feeling that he's more against the seance than myself. What do you make of Mr. Doyle? That's too much. Okay. Bit of a blank slate there, like he's blocked something out. Poor dear could do with a hug. Oh, that wasn't his fault. What do you make of Miss Barbosa? She's got her troubles, but she's a good head on her shoulders, too. She'll do right in whatever she sets her mind to, I'm sure of that. A second here. Okay. So I'm not getting 40k in 3 hours. Even 2 hours. So. Have you met Miss Erickson? Hazel Erickson, I wouldn't pay her any mind. She's a liar to fake through and through. God help whomever she set her sights on. I say she has a grip like a vice. You make Mrs. Darcy head in the sand. That one does not want to hear the dangers of this place, only wanting to things she thinks readers will enjoy. No use gathering material for a book you may not live to write. I think she's a bit different on that now. Do you happen to know Miss Joyce? Ah, Caitlin, I know her. She knows everyone's business, but that's nothing new. She's been a nosy beggar since we were small. Pious was anything except for when she'd get caught, and she'd find somebody to sacrifice to save herself.
I'll let you go.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going to be a long day.
We're going to dinner in 15 minutes. I don't remember if I asked you about.
Yes.
I did not. Do you know about Mr. Coventry? No, he has a knack for speaking but saying nothing. Well, that's true. You know Mr. Toussaint? No, but I know he has a reputation as debunker of charlatans, and I know that fire comes from mistreatment in his youth. As a result, he does not make much time for priests. You know about the Marquis? I know some. Before coming here, I spoke with my Protestant counterpart, Reverend Campbell, due diligence and all that. He mentioned the Marquis has changed in the years since his wife's passing. Not an uncommon thing. Grief can make a man do strange things, and the Marquis largely shut himself off from the world. Once an ardent churchgoer, he rarely attends service now. He's also closed off all his wife's charitable donations. And, of course, he has invited many heathens to this land to challenge God's order, not allow them to speak with the dead. He's fallen a long way for the man married. Married. Blah, blah, blah. Talk to the young Mr. Blake? No, I gather the child stays away from people. Not that I would expect him to be introduced to me, even if he weren't. Can you tell me anything about the housekeeper? The very definition of a good Catholic woman. Confesses daily, absolves herself of sins so she can repeat them ad nauseam. You know Mr. O'Finn? Know him? No, but we have talked. It is always refreshing to learn how others perceive this reality. Do you know Dr. Callahan? The witch doctor. Perhaps I'm being unfair. I admire his willingness to try anything he thinks could help his patients. Mr. Prey, we spent some time talking about death and what comes afterwards. He was polite but wary. Based on the stories I have heard out of America, I do not blame him. We talked to Mrs. Darcy only long enough to know that she should not be here. It will do her no good. Interesting. Talked with Mr. O'Mara endlessly. He's obsessed with the angels, or what he takes to be angels at least. He seems to think I have an interest in spending my days discussing this with him. He is wrong. Have you seen the opinion of Mr. Quinn? Miss Quinn. There are some who visibly step in as I enter a room. If possible, I tend to give those people a wide berth. Interesting. Talked with Miss Callahan? I have not. She seems intent on avoiding me, which I understand. I would not be surprised if her local priest speaks of her often and unkindly in his sermons. Have you spent any time with Miss Barbosa? I have, but it would be most of my duty to share anything we discussed. She is a very devout woman. What do you think of Mrs. Erickson? We have not had much cause to speak, despite her following me around for many hours after my arrival on Wednesday. Last one! Taken on with Slot? I have not. She's not had much to talk about with an old Catholic priest.
I'll take my go with God.
Finally! I just have to remember how to get to the dining room.
Mr. Ward, will you be joining the silent dinner? A reminder, sir, that the silent dinner is different to the other meals. Silent being the operative word here. No talking, please. Unless you'd like to upset our guests. And they're unnerved by staring, so none of that. Secondly, there will be no staff. We'll be having our own meal in the servants' hall. Though, of course, your food has already been prepared. Thirdly, I've been told to impress upon you that this is a deeply spiritual event. If you feel the need to leave, that's fine, but don't disturb anyone. That should be all.
Lord save me. I cannot get used to this. The ghost from the hedge maze. Mrs. Lau's husband. Is that Mary Blake? Why is she facing away? Alexander Quinn? I suppose I shouldn't stare. Varley said it upsets them. Then, I suppose, all there is to do is eat.
Well, the key should be here. Yeah.
There is a key. The note reads, Blake residence now. Mrs. Joyce, I assume. Perhaps it's a good time to investigate, since the Marquess and most of the guests appear to be here.
Finally. Woohoo! Nope. Trying to remember. I think I need to go across. This is on the other side of the map, right? No. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. This is much different than I thought it'd be. Smash the machine sees to measure the collective psychic energy that will be available to harvest at the scenes. I shudder to think what that means. Drop that is why it's placed the century, though I cannot claim to understand how the device actually works. That says we need as much as possible to awaken, so you can use the blood to open the gate. Countering a different style replies. We do not need everyone present, but the ritual will be unstable with less. It continues. If everyone attends, it will overload the conduit, but everything else will go more smoothly. Their demise will save us a task. Well then. Traditions, generations. There's no. The blood must be fresh. They cannot perish. For exsanguination. Books on magic and French sciences. A very different selection to the library in the hotel. Also, my clock is going bonkers. Bananas. What's next? Book seems to be part science, part cult. Attempt to marry the two. Oh. Tests part of the grid have been circled. Whatever meaning this may have, it is lost on me. You can imagine what this represents. Floors. Defaced family portrait. Okay, if I go to the basement. There's always secrets in the basement. Oh.
It's you, Marquez Blake's wife, Mary Blake. The woman in the paintings. Is there something you want me to do here?
The Marquis Blake was a soul without fault, and how come that same soul still wanders the earth? Did the Lord turn her away, or is death truly restless? I don't think she's going to let me leave until I've done whatever it is she wants me to do here. Okay. Good to know. But I can't exactly get anywhere. And that's the way back. Yeah. Acid invites for a handful of participants. Only Effendi and Montavani's names are here. What state of mind was he in? What state of mind is he in? Well, maybe it is him. So let's keep going in the lab. See what else is in here I can look at. Table of elements. Is a relation to these. One of these related to the ring numbers in the mathematics book. Well, it was 74, 53, and 26. Oh. 74 is W. No, I'm not done with that. 52 T and 34 SE. I don't know my elements that well enough. Ooh. Well, W, TE, oh. Actually, just a second. Make sure I've got my numbers right. 74, 53, 26. Okay. 74 is W. 53 is I. And 26 is FE. I know that one. That one's iron. Okay, so W-I... Oh, really? You spelled wife? W-I... Where's F-E? Ooh. Hidden door. Is this a shrine? I don't think it should touch anything in here. Creepy. Like, don't touch anything in here. Like I want to. At least that should get me on the other side of the entrance hall. Yes. Seemed to map the Blake lineage of Vivek Edward Blake. The man who built this place and planted his family here. It looks like one branch of the family tree has been erased. Cannot make out any names, but this would be a cousin of the Marquet. Starting at the one he had taken to the fort here, Edward Blake forced himself on the chieftain's daughter. Her name is Granny Amarin, and she bore him a son. Thus the Blake line carried on, intertwining the people of this place. There's no record of what happened to her after the birth. The letter P has been scrawled across the page with red ink. Irish mythology, section of Tunolog have been circled. This is a chart of the Irish afterlife scrolled across this. We need to send that thing through the portal in exchange for Mary. The letter Y has been repeatedly circled in red ink. Come on. A note. Blake Farthers. We're going to put to Jonathan and Walter Blake. Across the page spelled it must be. So maybe I was wrong in unmarking him. So it very well could be. Oh. light. Am I missing something? It's well granted, it's a well lit one. No, phone. Okay, I'm missing something apparently. Interesting. Really empty. Sticky with alcoholic residue. Oh, that makes sense. So I've been seeing S and P and Y and everything. And I'm supposed to use the table of elements here to figure out the numbers for that clue. That's why the number letter thing was important. Okay. Yeah, left. So 16, 15, 39. Alright. Take projector slides. Stone with a hole carved in the center. Why would this? These hagged stones will keep us safe during the seance. Make sure Walter has one. I may take one too. We have like 7 other layers of protection, Miss. That's well. Sure. Add slides. Stars. Pattern hidden among the stars. I wonder. Okay, I'm gonna use my phone again for these damn ward things. I don't like them. Ugh. I guess this one is much easier, although still annoying. I wish I hadn't expected that. Well, there's gotta be something fucked up about his son. Somebody is coming.
My boy, it is time. I know this is hard for you.
He's dead.
Think of your mother.
Or he's gonna sacrifice him to get
Your
his mom
sacrifice
back.
will
Yeah.
bring her back to me. Your chair gone. Your voice restored. You will not be dead for long. I promise.
Sorry to interrupt, sirs. They're ready for you at the seance.
Yes, of course.
What on earth?
Oh, young master, you look so smart. His mother would be so proud.
She will be, yes. We had best get moving. Time, as they say, waits for no man.
So was that his thing being
Chair was
injured?
empty, but both the Marquez and the housekeeper spoke as if it wasn't. Were they under another spell? Is Walter Blake even real? Oh, he must be. I've seen his portraits in the manor.
These meals are untouched and cold, but they are fresh, prepared earlier today. Door's polish isn't even scratched. A slot with alphabetics wrong, just span the word God on a wheel, but that looks good as new. Strain about hasn't been used, but absolutely pristine. Toy soldier, mint condition. I think it's ever been played with before. It's are stiff with disuse. Children's book by a little girl who's the grandfather of the mountains. The pages are stuck together like it's brand new. There's no indication it's ever been opened. Short stories, completely touched. Yeah. It's alright, Robbie. I can't imagine it's ever been read. The dog, no phrase on its leash, no paint off its wheels. Stuffed bear looks as it's never had the joy of being held.
The young master is here, but... No. Wait. This paint is different. It's fresher. Newer. Somebody has added him to the picture and altered the mother's arms to hold him. He isn't real. He is a fabrication that the Marquez and the staff seem to believe is real. But why?
Expression is unhappy. He's too young here and more content. There's a glint of something missing from his expression. Hunger? Sorrow? I cannot tell. I can now make my hypothesis. Whoops, I should actually save. That is a good idea. I've done a lot. Tends to sacrifice his son to resurrect his wife, but Walter Blake isn't real. Yeah.
Walter Blake seems to be a shared hallucination between at least the staff and the Marquess. But the paintings of him, they are very real. He has been freshly painted in over original paintings. It's a very good forgery. I only realized when I knew to look for it. How can that be? Perhaps. But even if...
Okay.
This level of replication, not just here but in all the portraits, suggests the culprit is an expert artist.
Okay, so I was right.
I wonder if there's... And if not...
Okay. Whoops. So yes, it is Mr. Coventry. I was right. Okay. Apparently, I need to get to a mausoleum, too. I lost track of time. The seance will be starting soon. I need to get out to the hedge maze and put a stop to this before it's too late. Thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. Come on, game. Oh, the game crashed on me. I'll be back up in just a second, everybody. We're almost done. I'm not letting this go. Come on. Of course, I have to do some stuff again. Thankfully, I don't have to do all of that again. Oh. And it may have auto-saved. Nope. Okay, do I need to do a hypothesis again? Nope. So yeah, it is Mr. Coventry. Okay. At least... Yeah. I got all of the stuff done. I think I did. Yeah. Or did I not do that? Because she's... Yeah. Interesting. That didn't trigger the same thing as before. Why is that? It's still giving me the weird time. She let me through, but... Yes, hi. Keep doing that wrong thing. Walter Blake is not real. Yes. Did I accidentally break the game? So it's marked off that he's not real, but it's not letting me... Hmm. Because I should have everything. I thought I saved it before... So why... Do I need to close and restart my game again? Nope, I'm still getting weird time. And she disappears now. I'm gonna exit to the main menu and come back. See if that fixes my weird problem. I wonder if it's because my game crashed. Which would be unfortunate, if true. I'm not sure how to fix that. And you disappear, because I figured it out. That's stables.
Yes, my.
I'll take.
Go with God.
Okay. So I think the reason it's not letting me do that is because I can't solve his thing. I'm gonna go back in here. That's a
Yes. I'll take go with go.
yes, hi Mary. I know. Maybe if I try to leave via the basement, because I literally cannot think of what I have. Actually, blindfolded. His family portrait. Hmm. Apparently, I'm not supposed to be able to do his whole seance or his whole quest thing. So I've done what I need to do. For some reason, the game is broken. Okay. Yep, she disappears here. Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, quit the game completely, try loading it again. I would hate to go, maybe my quick save will, if there was a quick save, it will be fixed, but yep, continue. Load, auto save, 8 p.m. at the entrance hall. I mean, I guess I could do that all again. I might have to do that all again. Tab for the timeline. Okay, back. Yes, I guess I'm doing this all over again. Okay. Oh, that is... I meant like 8 p.m. my time. I guess I'm wasting my time again. Because the game is broken. This poor game. Had I known it was going to be hell on my laptop, get an ice pack for it or something. Okay. Lisa has this mechanic. Bar. Library. You're my victim, Mr. Sinnoh, or Father Sinnoh. I'm just skipping through. Missionary. I know it. There's an Aeon here. How it got here, did not. Have you forget me, child? Did not run myself a moment. Just running out the clock, basically.
I'll take my go with God.
Okay. And then I'm gonna save. I'm gonna overwrite my save, yes, because it's...
Hello.
Ba, 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 ba. And I guess tell me about yourself. Okay. Let's do this again. And I'll save here. I think this will actually be closer to the dining room. I do unfortunately have to go to the bathroom again. The problem with drinking tea. I'll be right back. Alright, let's go to the silent dinner again. This is good spooky music.
Will you be
Oh, come
joining the silent dinner?
I had to grab my foot. I knocked it over. Yes, I will.
Sir, that the silent dinner is no talk. Second, third.
Ghosts? Lord say the ghost from Mrs. Is that me? I suppose. There is no. Perhaps to.
Yes. Yes, proceed. I'm gonna do, manual save. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I have to do all these observations for it to let me do the things. Okay. Where is my W? There it is. W. I. F. E. With. The creepy shrine. Whoops. Use that safe. Let me bring this up again. Alright, yep. $16, $15, $39. And then I'm actually going to make a different manual save. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Actually, we've seen this, so I will, yeah, skip the cutscene. And then save here.
master is here, but no, he isn't real.
Okay. And then I'm going to save that again. Intends to sacrifice his son to resurrect his wife, but Walter Blake isn't real.
Walter Blake seems, but the paintings of he has been freshly painted in. How can
Culprit is a still pleasure.
I have picked up a. I wonder if, and if not.
There we go. Yeah, my poor laptop is so warm. Gonna need an ice pack by the time this is done. Lost track of time. But since I saved right before I made the hypothesis, I think if the game crashes again, I should be fine. In terms of having to redo that all. Guess I could save here and make a new save. Just to be on the safe side. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that's not good. Let's see if my saves worked. If it's gonna keep crashing there, I guess then I can't play, finish the game tonight. I might record a little bit tomorrow, because it's might be because my computer is overheating and it doesn't want to load in whatever that is. Yep. So if this time it does not work, then I'm going to call it here, and tomorrow I might just record the ending. Oh, it's trying. Yeah, okay. So the game is not going to clearly let me do the ending because my laptop is apparently way too hot. So what think I'm gonna do is tomorrow afternoon, I am just gonna record the ending on my own and then just put it up on YouTube. Because then my laptop will be nice and cool and able to handle whatever the ending has in store. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you on Saturday for something else. We'll see how it goes. Bye.